Here we go. Sparring with Lucas again. He's featured on the channel before. So he's a blue belt with 4 stripes. Very good, Lucas. I really enjoy sparring with Lucas. So Lucas pulls me into his guard. I try my hardest to keep one knee up and get it in the middle of his guard, which is something I picked up from Luke, the purple belt, in my previous video. But Lucas is just too strong and pulls me into his guard, and he's very, very good at breaking down my posture. He's got that deep collar grip, which is enabling him to control my posture fairly easily. I have to then defend his left arm to stop him getting a cross collar choke, because he's already got his first choke in hand in. So this puts me on my back foot, because I can't really be offensive because I've got to defend from that choke. Really what I should do is try to break that grip in my collar, but it's easier said than done. So Lucas is trying to break my defending arm so he can just reach in and get me in the choke and ultimately tap. So I managed to try and get my hips off square to Lucas. So the worst place you can be is just square. So I tried to get out of square, give myself a little bit of room, and I managed to get just a leg over into not really a half guard. It was sort of a half guard, but he's still got his knee shield in. But I'm making progress, and I'm relatively happy that I've got past the first hurdle, which is at least breaking out of his guard. So Lucas is obviously controlling my posture and my arm. Very good at sort of holding on to an elbow and being very sneaky, and exerts very minimal energy with some of his moves. So what I'm trying to do now is move down his legs, put my weight on his legs, and then wrap my arms around his legs and keep shifting down and sprawling my legs out to the mat until eventually his legs are flat and I can manage to pass his guard. Something we was taught in class a couple of sessions ago, and I'm pleased to sort of try and implement this. So at the moment I'm trying to lay out flat and sprawl, just so I can get past his legs, which I do manage to do. So you'll see in a second, I managed to just get past. He gets his hook in, his right hook in, and I think if it wasn't for that post, I would have cleared that hook and I would have gone round. So I'm just saying to Lucas then, all that hard work, and I end up basically back in his guard, which is kind of soul destroying. 2 minutes left on the clock, and I've done all that work and basically got nowhere. So here I'm quite happy to concede a little bit of ground and try to be more offensive. I get a bit frustrated when I'm sat in people's guard and I can't sort of get any of my own game going. So relatively happy here to sort of reset, establish my guard, and I always want to go for a lasso or try and get to a De La Riva if they end up standing up. So at this point I'm trying to go for a lasso grip. I'm trying to move his right arm away from his body so I can get my left foot in there, but as you can see, he puts his knee up very well and blocks that lasso. So trying to get sort of a knee shield in and just trying to sort of settle into a position. I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I'm conscious of the leg lock because I keep getting caught in it. So I managed to sort of pull it out at that point. Went for a sweep just to try and keep him on his toes a little bit. You can see me looking at the clock there. And here we go. Sucker for a leg lock. So he gets it. I'm annoyed at myself. Bad etiquette for me, so I start swearing. But it's just frustrating because I know I'm vulnerable to it and it's something I need to work on. So only 30 seconds left. So we're both pretty shattered at this point. It's always a competitive role, or certainly it's become more competitive for me as I've sort of progressed through my journey. But Luke's incredibly talented, incredibly good. So pull guard this time, just to have a little bit of a mix up, a little bit of a play. But Lucas won that one. Until next time, Lucas. Right, back with the big guy, Big Joey. So we're both white belts, both got 4 stripes, both been doing it about the same amount of time. So Joey's a bit heavier than me, you could say that, but then he's a bit heavier than most people, but nice guy. Love training with Big Joey. Big character as well. So usual antics here, little feel out, and then I always worried like he's going to break my arm or something. Sort of think I've sussed out his favourite move of trying to drag you to the ground. Is sort of almost sort of like a drag. He may attempt it in this round, I can't remember. I'm a little mess about with my leg there, just to keep me busy, I think. But just trying to establish something on Joe, but needs to be a collar or sleeve grip. Can't sort of grab his wrist because they're just too big. Feeling my weight distribution here. Don't want to be pulling too much. Again, went for he was going to go for a hip throw there, but read it, see it coming. Again, trying to break my posture. Not too difficult. And then into the guard we go. Into the lion's den. We're just having a little discussion here about points, because Joey thought that I got 2 points because he went to take me into his guard and he thought I swept him, but I didn't. So, but it's important to know if you compete, look, you need to know the point system. So no points for either of us there, but Joey competes quite often, or I know he's done it like 2 or 3 times now. So I've only competed once. So here I am, end up in Joey's guard. At this point, I'm trying to sort of flatten his knee down a little bit. Sort of try and get that knee out of the way. Can't go through it, so need to try and go round it. So just trying to put my weight onto his knee so it collapses down flat. So again, from what I picked up from Luke, trying to stay on one knee, but incredibly difficult to do that, especially when you got Big Joey sort of pulling you into his guard. So again, everyone likes that cross collar choke, and everyone seems to go for that. But I'm not saying it's easy to defend, but if you pin one arm, the opposite arm to one that's choking you, they can't really get a choke, although some people can, and some people have got me in it. So I managed to get a bit of posture. So again, Joey's pulling me into his posture, but he's also expending, a fair bit of energy. So you can't really see it from this angle, but I've got both my hands on his hip bones to try and, so if he pulls me, puts a lot of pressure into his abdomen and is uncomfortable for him. So, but again, he just breaks my posture down, pulls my arms off his hips and breaks my posture. So trying to get one leg up here, just trying to get some sort of offense going again. Hate being in this position and need to work hard to learn how to break people's guard, because I get frustrated here, and then when you get frustrated, you start making mistakes. Your arms start crossing the centre line, and then you get triangled or armbarred. So literally trying to push his leg off, but it's just his legs are too strong. So try and posture up and try and stack him a little bit, just to try and put a bit of weight on him. Again, trying to get my arm underneath his ankle. I try again at some point, but can't reach round. Just trying to get just an opening, just so I can get an elbow in or anything in, get a knee up, anything. So again, sitting back, trying to make him break my posture, use his energy, pull me in, fight me, have my weight on top of him. And gradually, there's only a minute left, and and I've been stuck in his guard all this time. I do manage to break his guard, and that's when the fun starts for me. I enjoy it when you're actually rolling around and scrambling a little bit, as opposed to just stuck in someone's guard for an entire 5 or 6 minutes. So I managed to break it at this point. So I've got a grip on his sleeve there, and I managed to just break it and get out and pin his legs and go around him. He manages to re-guard a little bit, but at least I've made progress, and eventually I'm in side control. Unfortunately, didn't have quite enough time, but managed to get him flat on the back. Would have probably gone for a baseball bat choke again, because I really like that one. So managed to get the mount, didn't hold it for long. went for the back, but the timer went. So another good round with Joey, another good week of training. So please comment and like the video, give it some love, and comment below on anything you want to see, and I will do my best to cover it. Thanks for watching.